Hey, this is Tim Worth, aka Dr. Gonzo, aka Tim in the Morning, also the old guy on YouTube, and I'm 66 years old, proud to be it. Still can play four sets of music. I'm a professional drummer. Play out once or twice a month with my R&B trio, as well as my jazz trio, and I'm a full-time caregiver to my lovely wife Donna, who's suffering from Alzheimer's, and she's in her final stages. So thoughts and prayers for both me and Donna on that. So on my downtime, I you try to find interesting stuff to watch. Now, I first came across Attack of the Show years ago. I have four kids, and two of my Stephen and Alan were watching this, and they were at home and kind of wanted to watch, what they were into, make sure it wasn't Jackass. I didn't care for that show, but I turned to Attack of the Show, and it was like having a flashback. I remember I was out on the road when MTV first started, and I remember we sat up and watched it like all night. So Attack of the Show was really funny. Some of the stuff was a little over the top for me, but personal taste. But Chris Gore was in it. I remember he was the guy with the goatee, as we called him in those days, and did a really good job on the show. And then I saw Olivia Munn, and yeah, she's great. And so was Kevin, her co-host. And that's kind of what I remember. I remember later on Olivia Munn playing Psylocke, which I'm a comic book nerd. I've been reading comic books since the 60s, since I was able to read. And I thought Olivia Munn did a great job as Psylocke. And so Chris Gore takes Attack of the Show and G4 and all the stuff from the comic conventions and just great nerd stuff and geek stuff, as it would have been called in my day, on how the show progressed through the times. Really great job on the documentary. Chris is a little older now, but boy, he's still got his chops. He really, really does. I made one note on the music. The music is really good. I just like, especially the one show, the one song says we can't do that anymore, which I'm going to talk about that for a little bit. But Austin Smith and Zach Zelwyn, I hope that I pronounced their names right, very skilled musicians. I've been in the studio in Van Nuys, Studio City, recorded with Alex Acuna, Abe Laboriel, many guys. And these two dudes here, Austin and Zach, they got some chops, and they're funny. And the songs recorded in the documentary, you can get those on Spotify. And I know it sounds I'm gushing over Chris Gore, but in my downtime, to get my head out of taking care of my wife a little bit, I started watching Nerdrotic and Midnight's Edge, shows like that, and I saw Chris on there. And I remember at one point Chris was talking about comic books he likes, and he had me at Strike Force Moratory. I got both of them, Chris. And as I pan incorrectly across the camera here, I'm a drummer, not a filmmaker, Jim. Chris does a really great job on the documentary, and the thing that really stuck with me is the song I Can't Do That No More. And I really got to thinking about that. You know what? I used to watch Don Rickles. He'd be stoned to death on a stage. They wouldn't allow him on here. Chappelle and guys like that can get away with it because they're rich and they're very good at what they do. But, there's a lot that we can't do on TV, and none of this from Attack of the Show is politically correct. I say the hell with that. And I watch old reruns of F Troop, and they had Italian Americans playing Indians.
Chief, may I have a riddle for you? What has big round shape, carries man and dog, and flies?
Me give up. What has big round shape, carries man and dog, and flies?
May not know either, but there it is.
It is balloon!
No, such thing as Bloom. That's what you tell old Rock and Aegon. Must be evil spirit.
Well, not just stand there. Sound evil spirit alarm.
Go check out Attack of the Documentary, Attack of the Doc, by Chris Gore. Sign up to his Twitter feed, YouTube channel, and also Chris is on a lot of other shows, like what I call the Hollywood Squares Brady Bunch shows, because they have everybody in these little squares. A bunch of great folks, Drinker, Mahler, Az, X-Ray Girl, Chrissy Mayer, who's a great comedian, and they have these shows on, and they really give the download on what's going on in our society today, and Marvel movies and how they've sucked. Man, I've been a Disney fan forever. And just wanted to add that some of these channels do use adult language. I don't swear that much. People have the right to speak any way they want to, and different shows are going to have different variations of the English language. And actually, Chris is one of my favorites to listen to. And I just got to say, they do use adult language. So, hey, you know, you're free to listen to whatever you want to listen to, right?
Poop. Poop mouth. Poop out of your mouth.
And I just want to ask Chris, is there any way, I don't know movies. I'm a musician and I'm good at it, but I don't know movies. Is there any way to put Attack of the Show back into reruns? Can they do that? Can you do that? I think it'd be good entertainment, because everybody's going to get their entertainment from guys like you, Chris, and Alan, and of course Gary. He's the GOAT, man. Dude, everybody's on his show. And it's time for the indie artists. The Ripperverse, Eric July and Isom Comics, Razor Fist and this new Western comic that he's putting out. Go check out these guys. Support independent artists, because that is going to be, and that is the future of the entertainment industry right now. I mean, especially with AI and all that's going on. So anyway, guys, that's my little summation. This is not my gig, so to speak. I am going to start doing some movie reviews because I'm a movie lover and you can watch them. But if you want to see a real polished, great material, check out Chris Gore at Film Thread, Gary at Nerdrotic, all their band of wackos. And, they're going to give you the information the way you should get it. And you know what? As far as our culture and as far as where we've gone in our culture, let me leave you with the words of Kevin Costner.
And by God, we take it back.
Hey, peace out. Thanks for listening. Go buy Attack of the Doc. You can get it on Amazon. Vimeo, I think, has it too. And a lot of other places. Buy it, and you're going to enjoy it. It's just fun. And you can see how, it's kind of sad because you can see how far our society has become intolerable of anything, trying to censor free speech. You couldn't get away with this stuff these days. Like their songs said, not even allowed on mainstream. I can't do that no more. It wouldn't be allowed on mainstream TV. So I encourage you to support the indie channels, support Chris Gore and Film Thread and Gary at Nerdrotic and all his pals there. And let's make some great entertainment together. Peace out, man. See ya.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
Politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long, when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't care about you at all, at all, at all. Man, you know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant because the owners of this country know the truth.
何をボケてんだ、こら。大丈夫ですか？